Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Jerry and I'm hailing you from the Antares shipyard. And today I'm bringing you another video, another re-review video from Wave 23. This is going to be the I.K.S. Amar, Katinga class, first seen in Star Trek The Motion Picture. That is one of the first battle cruisers in the opening scene that gets swallowed up by V'ger. So we've got a Katinga class, 4143, weapon, weapon, crew, crew. Got your standard cloaking action bar there, coming in at 24 points. When attacking, if you do not hit the defending ship, place an evade token besides your ship. It's a pretty good standard ability there. It's nothing. It's not like top tier, top shelf. Thematic though, because the Amar, when it attacked V'ger, didn't hit anything. And then it went into evasive mode, trying to outrun and miss V'ger. You've got your standard Katinga dial here. Not terrible. Definitely usable. You got these 3 red turns and then a 3 come about. Got your 4 greens. You got a 90-degree forward and 90-degree rear firing arcs here. Again, not bad. I do believe the Katingas were recosted. Let me double check that real quick for you. I believe that they were kind of brought down. I get to the right place. I believe they were brought down in Blood Oath. So yeah, not by much though. Not by much. So the newer Katingas that came out are about 21. I think the Amar could probably live in that realm as well. Being recosted down to 21 would definitely help it out. So you got your standard Katinga class here. Again, you lose a shield, and we lose a crew slot, and the generics were recosted down to 16. First captain in the back is Barak. Captain skill of 3, cost of 2. When attacking with photon torpedoes, you may discard the photon torpedoes upgrade to gain +1 attack die for that attack. He was more useful with the older torpedoes. Now, I believe the newer 2-point torpedoes are a little more valuable, and you really don't want to discard them. So it'd be nice to see him get kind of a different type of ability, but if you're trying to throw everything at your opponent, he is one that you might bring and use. Skill 3 kind of hurts him though, as he's going to be one of the last captains to attack. So it may be just a desperation attack if you bring him to get rid of your photon torpedoes to add that extra attack die to get you over the edge. Got your standard generic Klingon captain, and then of course we've got the old 5-point 5 dice attack photon torpedoes here. These ones are the time token versions for the Klingons, but they are the same practically as the Federation ones that we have covered and the latest couple packs here. Now, the first weapon upgrade that comes with this is standby torpedoes. You may disable this card instead of spending your target luck when attacking with photon torpedoes. No ship may be equipped with more than 1 standby torpedoes upgrade. Cost of 3. Okay. Probably just a little overcosted nowadays. It's probably better as a 2-point card in today's meta, but standby torpedoes works. Especially gives the Klingons that ability to not eat that disable token on their torpedoes. If you use a disabled torpedo, of course. Thinking of like the new Federation, photon torpedoes are disabled. But photon torpedoes are kind of ruled these days by time tokens. So it really depends on your flavor of photon torpedo you're using if this card is going to be useful to you or not. Then we got a crew in this pack. This is Klingon Helmsman. Action, discard this card to immediately perform an additional 1 come about or 2 come about maneuver. We're going to treat this as a red maneuver. This card costs +5 for any non-Klingon ship and cannot be deployed to a ship that does not have a come about maneuver on its dial. So some interesting things there. I think Klingon Helmsman brings a different sense of flying to the Klingons. You kind of have to make sure things go right to use him, but I think the card is overall is fine. I think the costing's okay. He is a discard. It's an action discard, but getting to use this once is probably enough. Klingon Tactical Officer. When attacking with your primary weapon, during the Modify Attack Dice step, you may disable this card to spend your Evade token to convert one of your battle station results into a hit result. So we're talking about spending a different token to use it for a different than what it's normally used for. So this is if you know that you're not going to get attacked in the next round, or maybe all of your opponent's attacks have already happened, and you can use that evade token because you're not going to need it. Klingon Navigator. During the activation phase, before you move, you may discard this card to disregard your chosen maneuver and perform any maneuver on your maneuver die with a speed of 3 or less. Treat this maneuver as a red maneuver. No ship may be equipped with more than one Klingon Navigator. Cost of 2. Perfectly fine. This is one of those cards that a lot of people who are new to flying ships in Attack Wing kind of take. I kind of put it in that category of cards because it helps you try and outwit your opponent a little bit better. The name of the game in the planning phase is to kind of figure out where your opponent is going, but sometimes you aren't correct. And if you're activating last and they've already gone, then you can use this to change your maneuver and hopefully put you in a more favorable position for you, whether that's attacking and or defending. So that is the last card in this pack. So it is a release. So let's go ahead and get over to the mission viewer to look at the mission that came with it. So we've got Investigate the Unknown. It is a Klingon flavored mission. It is one player. You get one objective token and 3 mission tokens. Mission overview. An entity in the form of an enormous cloud, capable of generating the energy of thousands of starships, has entered into Klingon space. 3 Klingon vessels are sent to investigate an unknown entity. Setup. The Klingon player. 100 SP, including exactly 3 Klingon ships. At least one of these ships must be a Katinga class. You must deploy at least 1 photon torpedoes upgrade to each of your ships, and you cannot deploy any upgrades to any of your ships that would allow the ship to be removed from the play area, or any upgrades that allow a ship to negate or cancel an entire attack. So, again, if we're being thematic, this is obviously the opening scene from the motion picture. So you're going to want 3 Katinga class battlecruisers. Map setup. Place the objective token centered east to west so that it touches the south edge of the play area. The Klingon player then sets up in a 4-inch by 36-inch area along the north edge of the play area. Place 3 mission tokens in a stack besides the play area. One thing you can also do is you can take out the objective token and use the actual V'ger Cloud token that we got in the Enterprise release. Special rules. The entity is an enormous, and the south edge of the play area represents the edge of the cloud. The objective token represents a point in the cloud that can be target locked and fired at. The entity does not move and cannot be damaged or affected in any way. Once it is fired on, at the end of each combat phase thereafter, the entity will attack the 2 ships that are closest to the objective token. The strength of the attack will vary depending on the distance the ships are away from the objective tokens, as follows. To determine ranges greater than 3, use multiple range rulers. Range 1 to 2 is 12 attack dice. Range 3 to 4 is 11 attack dice. Range 5 to 6 is 10 attack dice. Range 7 to 8 is 9. And range 9 or higher is 8 attack dice. Investigate the unknown entity. To investigate the entity, you must fire at it with photon torpedoes. After a ship fires its torpedoes at the entity, place 1 mission token on the attack ship's ship card. So you can see that the variable range is correlated to the amount of attack dice you get to use. And if you're going to be using photon torpedoes, you're going to be in range right here, range 2 to 3. So you're going to get 12 or 11 attack dice thrown at you. So you got to be ready for that. Objectives. Klingon player, you win if you successfully investigate the unknown entity and return at least 1 of your ships to Klingon space. For example, exiting through your play area. Starting area with at least 1 of your ships that have a mission token. Complete success. Exit the play area through the starting area with all 3 of your ships and have a mission token on each of the ship's ship card. Partial success. Exit the play area through the starting area with at least 2 of your ships. And then marginal is exiting with 1 of your ships. So This actually is a solo play mission, which is one of the rare ones that's out there. But I might actually record this for the channel, as it doesn't require anyone else but me to set up. So this, you might see this sooner than later on the channel itself. Overall, I'd say the Amar's not a staple of the Klingon fleet, but it is a ship that brings a lot to the Klingon fleet. And again, if you see it on the shelf, the completionist in me is always going to tell you to pick it up. But you can also obviously use this video to help you decide whether you want to do that. And of course, as always, thank you all for your support and watching these videos. Make sure you give a thumbs up and a like. Um, Helps me know that you like this content. Also, share the video with other Attack Wing players or people that you maybe know that may be on the edge of deciding whether they want to pick this pack up or not. That maybe this will help them. But until next time, I'll see you around the shipyard.